young folks. See, let me show you how you read this, youngins, because old folks, they understand. Let me help y'all out real quick. This is what your pops would do. Everybody pops would set them down. I'm going to do y'all right now. So brothers and sisters, little queens and kings, check this out. The first level, remember, it's a pyramid now, so we're going to start at the bottom. The first level of white supremacy is they adopt this attitude of indifference towards you. They'll say stuff like, politics don't affect me. They'll say racist jokes right in front of you. They see if you're going to challenge. They're going to avoid confrontation with racist family members. They know their daddy racist as hell, but they ain't going to say nothing. They're indifferent about it. They're apolitical about it. They figure like racism don't affect them. That's the first sign. When you see somebody that's of the white race and they got this indifferent attitude, no, it ain't no thing, bro. You know, but your daddy racist. No, that's just the way he is. The next level behind that is what we call minimization. And that's where they start saying stuff trying to smooth shit over. Like, we all belong to the human race. You know what I'm saying? They have a white savior complex. They want to be your allies. They want to join up with you. They deny that there's white privilege. They say, why can't we all just get along? They believe that we're in a post-racial society. They'll say something, it don't matter who you vote for, just as long as you vote. They always want to be the white ally speaking at the top of black civilizations. Them the ones that's going to tell you, say, oh, it's just a joke. Them the ones that's going to tell you, get over slavery. Them the ones that's going to say, not all white people. Them the ones going to say this is a false equivocation, that what you're hearing is not what you're hearing. The next level is what we're seeing now. It's called veiled racism. That's when they're being racist, but they're trying to hide behind something. I'm teaching young folks now. That's when you see victim blaming. Well, what did you do to make him call you that? You know what I'm saying? There's paternalism. Let me talk to you, youngin. Let me tell you something. Oh, I'm not your son, first of all, okay? It's English only. If you're going to speak to me, you got to speak English, Then you have what we call the bootstrap theory. Well, I don't know why y'all can't get y'allself together. We done picked ourselves up. Y'all got to pick yourself up by your bootstraps, too, but ignore the fact that y'all never gave us no boots or no bootstrap to pick ourselves up. And when we did, you came and burnt them back down and put us back in the hole. So don't tell me to pick up my bootstraps when you over here cheating every time I do get some boots or some straps to pull up by. Can you say Black Wall Street? That's veiled racism. Tone policing. Cultural appropriation is a form of veiled racism. When someone imitates what you do, whether they're making fun of it or whether they're just doing it to take the glory and the money away from you, that's a form of racism. So y'all keep giving away the culture to these people, and this veiled racism is what they're doing. Then we get to the next level, discrimination. Straight up discrimination, things like mass incarceration of black people, racial profiling by the police, hiring discrimination when they know that you qualify for the job, the fearing people of color. As soon as you walk in, everybody locking their damn doors and pulling down slate, racial slurs. Some people straight out call you the N-word just to see what you can do. They're not giving funds to the schools appropriately. They don't give funds to the black schools. Black schools struggling for pens and paper. They got anti-immigration policies that pop up out of nowhere all of a sudden. They didn't have these anti-immigration policies when it was more of them, but as soon as there's more of anybody else, all of a sudden it's an anti-immigration policy. You get what I'm saying? They used to have policies like stop and frisk, talking about they doing it in the name of the law. They do redlining, where they'll draw a line right around your house so that your neighborhood don't have no voting power and you can't get no brand new street lights. That's discrimination. And then the level above that is where you start to see little bits and pieces, calls for violence. That's when you got your neo-Nazis and your KKK and your Antifa and people driving around with Confederate flags and they burning crosses and swastikas. That's what birthed the NFAC. You see how far up the chain they got? They went from indifference to minimization to veiled racism to outright discrimination to now they got calls for violence. All hell to the no. Hey, bro, suit up, boot up. We got to pull up. The next level above that is where they're afraid that everybody's going. And that's the next in the pyramid of white supremacy. That's violence. Unjust police shootings, lynchings, hate crimes. We already there. Don't you know what's at the very top? Because there's one more level above that. In the pyramid of white supremacy, the final stage is genocide. Straight white males, Chinese males, mass murder. Now I just taught you the pyramid of white supremacy. Just groups prosper under this patriarchy. These are listed for you to examine anywhere if you open your eyes and just study. These are the things that you would much rather somebody tell you than you learn firsthand, because the lesson is not pretty, especially when you start to realize who actually runs this world. I wasn't going to get into this, but I'm teaching my young folks. Can I break it down to you?